What's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Rob, your local problematic Leo, and today on Dress to Kill, we're going to be taking a look at Warframe's latest Chinese New Year collection featuring the Mirage Nuwa skin. New Year? Nuwa! But before we actually jumped into any of that, I did want to hit you guys with a little bit of math because as you can see here, DE actually has several bundles like the Noble Opal collection, the Smoky Quartz bundle, and the Pink Topaz bundle. And I didn't want you guys to get too confused because a lot of this has extra like fluff to it that not everybody necessarily needs. So as you can see, this one has boosters, Kuva, it's got credits. If you don't want that kind of stuff like the rifle ribbon mods or whatnot, you can actually pick all of this up for about 500 plats. So instead of 805 for all of the extra BS, you'll get it for 500. The only thing you will be missing, and if you pick this up in years past, maybe you don't necessarily need it now, but I do believe that, ooh, maybe only the biggest one has it. No, this one has it too. On the Smoky Quartz bundle, you'll see a Lunar New Year renewal theme. It was a limited time item, so it's no longer available now. So just keep that in mind. But there is also a Lunar New renewal background too, so I don't know. So for about 500, it's something. It's there. I don't know. Just keep in mind, you can get all of the items without the extra stuff for about 500 plat, 550 plat. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get dressed. Now, as always, we kick things off with a little bit of disclaimer. You can find all of the color codes for these customizations down in the description box below. R stands for row, C stands for column, and the palette name will be in there as well. The rest is going to be left to your common sense. Now, before we actually jump in to take a closer look at the skin, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other items that are included in the bundle as well. Namely, the first one being this Gigantimus, extremely sexy Hespar skin. I actually really love this one. Not that I use the Hespar very much, but this might make me do it because whew, it is looking quite nice. This is the Lunaeus skin for it. I'm not actually, listen, if I get into here, this is all you're gonna see. You're not gonna see very much anyway. So I'm just saying, trust me, it's the Lunaeus skin. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the Boltor Lunaeus skin, which is, I still like the way that the Prime looks better, but like, you know, if you're in the mood for a change, it exists, it's there. You know what else is there, however? We do also, I believe, have a, what is it called? A companion armor for your Kavats, which is called the Moondance Kavat armor. Please tell me that this is a part of the bundle, because I'm pretty sure that it is, and it's moon themed. So there we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the main skin now, which I think everybody has been waiting for. Of course, Miss Mirage Prime in her Nuwa skin. I was gonna say the new Nuwa skin. Now, I do have to say, this is clearly not the Site 09 Dress to Kill that everybody has been waiting for. That one has really tested my skill and my patience and my love for customization in the game. But the second that I saw this skin for Mirage, I was like, I'm in! I must customize now! We will play! And let me tell you, it's really freaking gorgeous. One thing that I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and take off the Sapphire Ephemera just so that we can see the details a little bit better. But it's like, in one way, it feels like reptile snake skin, but it also kind of feels like it's a snake wrapped around her at the same time. It is, what do you call this, like asymmetrical, which I absolutely love, but also makes some problems when it comes down to armor and whatnot. But overall, I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I kind of feel bad for some of the previous year's skin, because this skin, ooh, it's very nice. It's very nice. I literally, you don't understand. I've been stressed about that Site 09 Dress to Kill for a while now, but the second that this dropped, I was like, ooh, I have something to do. I must. But one thing that I do have to put out there, I've tried a bunch of the other ephemeras, and they're fine. They look okay, but I'm gonna be honest with you, because of the fact that it is so snake skinny, really at the end of the day, it's the Sapphire Ephemera. It just feels right. It just feels right. I'm putting it out there into the universe. This is the right one. This is the one that we use. The one that I use at the very, very least. So as you can see right here, I don't think there's really much to say about it, but when I do have to talk about the customization a little bit, and that's mainly one thing that you need to know. Hold on, I'm gonna take off the ephemera real quick so that you can see it. All of the colors on this skin, not just this skin, but any of the other skins that you see, because of the way that they kind of toned the actual skin itself, it's weird. The saturation is not turned up. So everything's going to look a little bit drab unless you go full on like electric colored. And that can be a bit of an eyesore. As many of you guys know, I'm not a big fan of the kind of Skittles look that a lot of people have going on when they go for those. So the subtler looks are a little bit more difficult to craft just because of the fact that this particular skin is, I don't know, there's something dusty about the undercolor. Like the lightest colors that you can get still look a little bit dusty. So keep that in mind when you're customizing. I did want to go ahead and show you the Heavenstone's ephemera. There's a part of me that likes it, and this is very Nuwa themed. If you understand Nuwa, this is her thing. I don't like how they are primary colors. I wish that they tapped into, you know, maybe your energy color, and then your accent color, and then your, like, primary color. Maybe use those three colors instead of having this very kind of, like, drab, like, boring set of colors. It just does not feel right. I'm just putting that out there into the universe. But yes, the one thing that I will point out with this is very much when you're customizing the skin, you really want to pick your metallic first. That is where your pop of color is going to be. That's really going to dictate how the rest of the look sits, and it's a majority of the outfit. So that's kind of where I started. I knew I wanted to do something slightly reptilian, and I know that this isn't the most reptilian that I could have gone, but don't worry, we're saving that for the very next look. So let's jump into this one right here. So this for me is very uncommon. I don't use the mustard yellows. I don't use these kind of like deep dark greens, but I fell in love with it on her. I don't know. I really like wanted to embrace the reptilian thing. And here's the thing. I actually started out with like this shade, which is a very Rob shade, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. That's a very Rob shade. And then I slowly, gradually turned it up. And you could even, you know, say that it's like a level of taste, whether you want it to be all the way bright. Because I was looking at that too, and I was like, I just don't feel like it's popping enough, you know? Like, I feel like it needs to pop more. So you see how I was like, let's go like halfway there, but not all the way there. So if you want it to pop a little bit more, you can go up a little bit higher. Now, in this customization, the one thing that I wanted to discuss is armor and Sayandanas, because let me tell you right now, the armor on this baby is like really, really frustrating. And that's mainly because of the fact that it's asymmetrical, right? So clearly you can see right here that the boobage has scale, right? The boobage has scales on it, so it's different. The arm has these crazy shoulder plates on it, so it's a little bit, it throws everything a little bit off. But I think the number one crime for me, and it's understandable. This is like, there's nothing D can do about it. It's a beautiful model, and I would leave it as it is. But it has this thing where it kind of suffers because you can tell that chest piece is in an angle. You can kind of look at it from the front and you're like, it's looking like it's sitting kind of weird. And that's actually not the worst one, but you can see right here how it hovers really, really badly. So keep that in mind when you're doing your customizations. I don't know if I would necessarily put a chest piece on this one. The only one that I was like, oh, that's kind of okay, is the Alistorn one, and that's because it's literally just this dangling, right? Which, you know, I think could definitely be used for a look. Now, the other thing that I do want to point out, while I love the Kritma armor, it's one of the few that doesn't suffer from this weird thing where the shoulders look good, but because of the legs, they look really, really weird. In all honesty, I don't like a lot of armors on this. A majority of armors I'm not very happy about. The SANDR situation, though, I will say, it's a little bit... I love the alto. This is actually why I left it up there. I didn't want to just do like the, what is it called? The Officium all the time, but she's got some good selection of armors. I kind of really do like that little fiery one with the Bennu. There is the Corona looks really, really good on it. I actually really love how this kind of like leads into that shape. I absolutely love that one. There's one that is like the Duo Volpe. The only thing that you have to worry about, you have to shake the shit out of it. You have to shake it so that it doesn't like lean over. But that's only because it's specifically for that animation where it kind of like gets hooked. But like, look at these like dragon wingies. These dragon wingies on like a serpent. Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. Like, I actually really, really love the Duo Volpe on there. There's a good amount, but I also don't want to overwhelm the skin with something that like sits too big on it, you know? I think you guys maybe know, I love the Impetus Prime SANDR. I might actually swap that for the next look that we see. But those are kind of the ones that I will sign off on. Of course, we always have the Officium there, but I did want to change it up just a little bit. Ooh, the coloration doesn't work for that, but no, it's too big. It's too big. It's too big, but it's not ugly. I wouldn't be against the Rope Tour signed on it either. So, let's get out of here. And as you can see, wait, hold on. Before we do leave, I wanted to give you guys a different set of ephemeras, just so that you guys didn't feel like, oh my god, he's just using the what is it called? The Seraphire ephemera. But I mean, that's what the Seraphire ephemera is going to look at like her. She's going to end up using the Seraphire ephemera. I just hope you know. But I just wanted to give you the option so that you saw. But like, the Seraphire ephemera on this skin, it's popping. Ooh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, let's look at the last look. I did not put the Seraphire ephemera on this one, but I did want to end it out on something a little bit different for you guys. I, as you can see, have just... Notice, I did not do any rose gold on any of these skins. But I wanted to do... I want to do something different. I wanted to do something a little bit more. And as soon as I saw the red armor... And here's the thing. I couldn't tell how red I wanted to take it. Because the thing about red metallics is it can easily look very... cheap or very try-hard. So it's really difficult to find the right balance of tone. So as you can see right here, like, I kind of wanted to go into there. And I think that even here you're a little safe, like in this area. But if you go too dark, I don't know if I love it. You know what I mean? Plus, if you go too dark on the metals, you don't really get to see as much of the shine or as much of the texture. So I kind of like to leave it there. But I also didn't want it to be too drab because look, if you drab it out, it's like too light. It's too pale. It's just like not as cool. So you got to have a little bit of oomph in there. And one of the things I will also point out, look at how bright this white is. Okay? Look how bright that white is. It's an insanely bright white. For the attachments, I actually took that white down a little bit. But I want to show how the texture of this skin is very, very different from others. Let's go ahead and use the Dendra, or the Atavist. Do you see how that white is so much brighter than this? And that's a step down, okay? That's a step down from the actual white that I'm using because I found it to be too bright on the Amugi. So as you can see right here, we are using the Apex Ephemera, which I actually really, really love. Can I just tell you, look at the freaking Amugi like leg plates. The leg armor is so good. Okay, I'm gonna do a thing real quick because I was also planning on using because I think the Namor, I'm gonna call it Namor because I really don't know what else to call it. I think that this would look really, really pretty with the skin, right? It's got good mirroring with the shoulders kind of arching up. And, you know, my big issue is let's look at where it sits on the leg. And this is the part that kills me, because I'm like, oh my god, I really want to use this, but if you look at it, I don't feel like it sits well on the leg. And when I say that, it's because it's an upward spike, but it also has these downward spikes. It just looks weird. It looks a little weird. And I also wanted to show you how freaking sick the Amugi Prime legs look on that. Maybe we'll just swap it over real quick. I also tried to use the Kokiri, but I just felt like they were too, at least on the shoulders, they were too dinky. Now, I guess maybe if you want to do something, because I love the way that a lot of the armors look on the legs. Oh my god. I actually really like the way that looks on the legs. Hold on. We're doing this live. Okay? Where is it? Because I tried this on a different color scheme, and I was like, maybe that color scheme is the reason. Hold on. Where are you? I know I should just type it in. I know you guys. So I think that could work too. I think that could work. If you can shy away from this angling down and these angling up, which I think some people could, because look at those spikes on the legs. I think that I could overlook it, and I think that actually works well too. So let's try the Kokiri ones, even though it was supposed to be the last look that I was supposed to do that on, but okay. Anyway, let's take a look at the shoulder piece, because I feel like this shoulder piece looks really dinky. Right? Like, as compared to that shoulder piece, it's just way too dinky. Like, this is massive. Like, look at how massive that is on her leg. And I think it's kind of cool. I guess we could kind of rock it if you really wanted to. But you know what? I'm just going to leave the Namori ones as an option there for you guys. Oh my god, just type it in. I know. We're here. This is where we're at. So this is where I'm going to leave it. I hope you guys like the looks. I will mention one more thing. So for those of you guys who, a lot of people always ask me, what sigil do I use on all of my Warframes? It is the Unity sigil. It's from the Conclave. Now that you have access to kind of like the Conclave through, what is that place called? Through the Holvania, you have that mode that's available that's like Conclave but not Conclave. You know, go ahead, you can get your little dirty mitts on that. But I think that is gonna be about it for me for now. Let me know which looks you like the best if you're picking up this collection. If there's anything else in the New Year's, because I have some of the New Year's skins but not all of the New Year's skins for the weapons. Like, I got the main ones, but I didn't get the weapon one, because I'm like, But if there's anything that you see in there that you're like, Rob, you really got to pick this up, let me know. But anyway, that about does it for me for now. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.